Hi, my name is Darren Gertis, and I'm the Director of Graduate Programs in the School of Business, and I'm a Professor of Management. And I'm going to talk about leadership. And really, leadership comes in two forms in the School of Business. There's an emphasis in the MBA program, and out of that emphasis, we developed an entire master's degree, a Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. And I'm going to talk about both in this presentation. So, some of you are going to be heavy on the analytic side, left brain kind of side of your brain with logic and math and the hard data and the numbers, and that's okay. And then on the other side, there are other people that are more intuitive. They think more creatively, and they're more in touch with the people skills kind of thing. And that's okay too. People are geared differently, and they're going to do different things in life. The way that it works, if you're in the rational side, you're spending a lot of time in your prefrontal cortex. That's good. That's a seat of reason. But leaders tend to spend a lot of time dealing with people's limbic system. That is a seat of emotions and connecting with them. It's like the I don't care how much you know until I know how much you care, that kind of thing. Now, if you're just spending time in your neocortex, then your people are going to look at you like, hey, Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Excellent, right? Like you're in a back office in a cubicle deciding their fate, or not in a cubicle, in the back office with the great big back office deciding their fate, as opposed to somebody who, the kind of thing that you want as a leader is follow me. I want to follow the guy that's leading the charge. I don't want to follow somebody that's just sending me out there. I want somebody who I can connect with, who's in the trenches with me, and that kind of thing. And it's just a different skill set. So every semester when I do this, I show this little presentation, what is leadership? And so leadership is going to be, well, guys like this. Osama bin Laden's a leader, bad leader. Zuckerberg's a leader. So is Peyton Manning. So is Oprah. Now, you're going to see some trends here between what they do. Donald Trump's a leader. Warren Buffett is a leader. George Washington is a leader. So is Jack Welch. And now they're going to be very different types, like Meg Whitman's one type and Nelson Mandela's another, and that's okay. Billy Graham is a different type of leader. Richard Branson is a leader, and so is Winston Churchill, and so is Condoleezza Rice. And that's okay that they're different. Stephen Covey is going to be different than Malcolm X, and that is okay. But here's the thing that I'm driving at. What is leadership? They have certain things in common. Do they all cast a vision? Yes. Do they all motivate people? Yes. Do they influence others? Yes. Do they lead by example? Yes. Do they advocate change? Do they know themselves? Do they empower subordinates? Do they have a relationship with their follower? Can they create emotional connections with their followers? That's what leaders do. Instead of managing, which is trying to be as efficient as possible with assets, leaders are working on that creative right brain side of connecting with other people in order to accomplish the ends that they both agree are good ends, right? If you're forcing someone to do something that they don't want to do, you're a tyrant. That's coercion. But if you're helping somebody get to where they're trying to go, that's leadership, and it can be learned. It's kind of like you hear this thing about a natural born leader, right? There's a little bit to that. There's a certain genetic part, but it's not like you're excluded from that if you don't have that. You can learn how to be a leader, and that's what we're talking about here. So I want to talk about some of the courses real quick, so you can get a sense of the kinds, and you'll see these same courses whether you're in the MBA leadership emphasis or in the MA program itself. So fundamentals of leadership, what we do is we take a step back and say, what's leadership all about? How does it work? How should it work? How should you do it so you don't get to the top of the ladder and then hate yourself because you're a tyrant that you don't like, you lost your family in the process, and everything has gone wrong except now you're in charge. Great. Okay, that's not success. Success is doing it right and keeping those relationships along the way, and not being the kind of person that your employees talk about when they go home to their own families. 611 is advanced human resource management, and the upside of that is that will open up a whole new track if you take 611 of HR classes that you'll be able to take as well. 612 is advanced organizational behavior. Advanced organizational behavior is going to help you kind of with the psychology of management. And then 613 is executive communications, help you be able to not get in your own way when you're trying to communicate either orally or in writing. 624 is leadership development, and in leadership development, I'm trying to get you to work through a number of simulations and projects in order to actually grow. You're not going to learn leadership just from a textbook. You're going to learn by doing, and in each of these classes, but particularly in 624, you're actually going to do certain things that will build you as a leader. 634 is organizational change and transformation. Most programs like this have something that they call a strategy class, and this is one that also encompasses strategy. Change efforts are hard. If you've been in any organization for any period of time and you've gone through a change effort, most of them collapse, and here we're going to show you how not to let it collapse. And then finally, leadership dynamics and decisions. This is a class that really works on you, helps you understand what you should do as a leader so that you can have the greatest contribution into your organization. So that's what the overview is like for leadership. Again, it's the same set of courses. If you're an MA student, you'll be dealing with MBA students in your class and vice versa. It's the same set of courses. It's all focused on leadership. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you are enjoying the orientation.